Hi everyone. So my name is Bindu and this is my cousin Fatu, and today I'm gonna be interviewing her on like her background about how she immigrated from Africa to the US. So I'm gonna ask her a couple of questions. She gonna answer the questions. So the first question is, can you tell me anything about your journey from Liberia to the US?
Not necessarily because when I came from Africa, I was very young, so like I don't really remember anything from while I was there. I was only there for 2 years and I moved here.
Okay. Were there times when you felt different from your classmate or like friends due to your background?
Um, yeah, I feel like everybody does though. I don't think it's just being African. I feel like if you're a different ethnicity, like you're always gonna feel different because not everybody's the same. So yeah.
Um, how has your sense of identity developed? Do you identify yourself more like African American or like both?
I identify as African. If someone asks me where are you from, I'm gonna say Africa and I'm African. My identities like stayed the same. Like I don't think it changed. Like I still feel the same, but I just more am more comfortable in like like I don't know what's the word, but I'm more like not ashamed to be African as much as I was in middle school.
What was it like growing up in America, knowing you was going to a different country?
It was kind of hard because when you like around my age, around that time, people got bullied more, and like people were racist and stuff like that because being African wasn't like a social norm or like it wasn't like popular back then. So like people used to be racist and say like slurs to you, but like it didn't affect me as much, but it still did in a slight way.
Okay. Um, how has your family helped you keep connected to like as a like an African culture?
The food, um, the how we dress, um, our what's it called, our language that we speak, and like stuff like that, stuff of that nature, basically.
Okay. Can you talk about any traditions or cultural practices that are important to you or your family?
I feel like definitely the clothing, like for example, dashiki and stuff like that, or something called a lapas, like you tie it around your waist. Um, the food also, like that's probably my number one because the food is always gonna be good, and um, probably our broken English, the way we talk.
Okay, what difficulties have you faced in combining your African ancestors with American culture?
Um, um, to be honest, I don't really think I faced difficulties like that because like I was never really an insecure type. But if anything, I would say having an accent. When, like even though I don't think I have an accent, but like when I was younger, I definitely did have a slight accent, and like people used to make fun of you for that. So, but that's really it for. I don't think anything else like for real, for real.
Okay. How do you feel when you visit or hear about Liberia? Does it seem like home to you?
In my opinion, I've never visited since I left, and it's always gonna be home. But like, I personally don't think I would live there, but it's always gonna be my home in my heart. But I wouldn't go back to live there.
Why would you not go back to live there?
I don't like. I feel like being in America, it's like kind of already hard living here. So like, it's gonna be even harder to live over there, and it's better opportunity to stay here than to be over there. Of course, I'll always visit and see family over there, but for me to live there, mm,
Okay. Um, what ways do you believe your experience have influenced your goals, values, or views on like life?
From being African.
Hmm.
Being African, I feel like you grow up like and you age like properly. You don't age too fast or too slow. Like everything is what's it called? Like whatever age you're at, like you're gonna learn what you're supposed to learn at that age. So like for example, kids in America, they do things like super fast or act grown super fast, but our parents prevent us from being that way because like they don't want us to relive what they lived growing up. So like they try to shape us in like the right way to grow up the right way. So
Okay. What advice would you provide to someone who wants to appreciate both their family background and the culture in which they grew up?
um don't be embarrassed, don't be ashamed because like everybody like people may make fun of you, but it's like at the end of the day that's who you are. You can't really change that regardless. And everybody is different anyway. Like regardless if you're African, if you're Hispanic, like any type of ethnicity or nationality, you're still gonna be different from anybody. So it's like you shouldn't be ashamed to embrace who you are because that's who you are, even if you like try to hide it or anything.
Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.